The time has come to speak, to conversate, to talk, to discuss. On October 4th of this year, at the RuneFest reveals, we were made aware of a massive update coming to Morytania, aka the home of my arbitrarily restricted RuneScape account. There is an expansion coming to our beloved area, and when they did the big Morytania update last year in 2018, which added the Theater of Blood, along with the Town of Sleep, of course, there was pretty much a huge setup in Sleep of just seemingly useless NPCs, all with chat dialogues that seemed to have some kind of relation to some upcoming quest, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it, and it was all just kind of sitting there waiting to be put to use. I explored a lot of this in episode 12 of Swampletics. I decided to jump straight into the Town of Sleep for chapter 3, the Town of Many Mysteries, added in June of last year. Most of what Sleep has to offer is quite obviously for some upcoming quest in the area. There are so many interactions that go nowhere, a dungeon with multiple interesting characters, item spawns, that going along with the fact that the entire city of Bachmeier is still inaccessible. I'm hoping for a Grandmaster type quest to come to this area soon, as it holds so much potential. And the use has officially arrived. Coming in the first 6 months of 2020, Bachmeier will be opening its doors to those who can complete the new quest, which is called Sins of the Father. Along with this, we'll be having a new group boss, the Nightmare of Ashihama, dropping all different kinds of rewards. So let's address the obstacle, which is Vampire Slayer. The main reason why I'm making this video is one of the first free-to-play quests that you can do. The new quest does require Vampire Slayer, which is not a quest I can do in my region. Obviously, this would be quite the exception to do Vampire Slayer. I'd have to leave the area for probably about 20 minutes and do, well, maybe not 20, maybe 15, okay? But I'm very proud of how pure the Swampletics account has been. I definitely could have made more exceptions than I have. Every region is going to need a different amount of exceptions to be playable and, most importantly, enjoyable. And for the 2 exceptions I made, I truly 100% think that I stuck to the same rule I made in episode 1, which is that if it restricts gameplay to a significant amount, I will make the exception to do it. On that note, my thoughts. After the first couple episodes of the Swampletics series, I had my mind dead set on making this series the most quality thing I've ever created. I never expected people to get so invested in it and treat it as a story, and obviously I'm sure that's just a select group of people, but even so, that literally makes me so happy. Like, just everything this series has become has made my dreams come true. There's this Old School Runescape Discord bot. If you're active in any RuneScape Discords, you probably know it. It has a function to track collections in the game, and here's what happens when you type Swampletics into the search bar. I don't know what hit me, I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden I'm sitting here and I'm shedding a couple tears at the thought that I made something that people are making Easter eggs out of, something that people make art out of, and it's just incredible to me. I don't know how I've gotten this far, but I know I'm getting a bit off topic here, but I want to give the series a proper burial. That's my point in all this. I want to finish the Theater of Blood. I want to be able to call that a finale, upload the series in full to one video so that people can binge it without the intro and outro, and most importantly, just be able to look back on all of it and be able to say that I'm proud and that I finished everything I wanted to in the way I set out to do so. With all that being said and all that being very important to me, I have been waiting for this update for a pretty long time. I'm very eager to play it, and especially on the account that's so dedicated to the region. And I am going to do so. I will take part of the new expansion on the Swampletics account, meaning I will do Vampire Slayer. However, wait, okay, it will not be a part of this current Swampletics series, if that makes sense. It's going to be its own thing. I'm not going to be showing it as much love in terms of editing, storytelling, cinematics. It's going to be kind of bare bones, not as much editing, mainly just me playing the expansion on the Swampletics account, exploring it, and I can list it as a volume 2 or something, but it's going to be separate, and it's just not going to have the same production value. I will explore the content, I will play it, but it's not going to be a part of this official series, if that makes sense. I don't want it to touch this story, but I'm happy to do it after I finish my current goal and there's basically no way to move forward. So after this story is done and dusted, that's when I'll make the exception to do Vampire Slayer, ruin my precious account, I already have almost all the skill requirements for the quest, and I assume we're gonna have a much harder fight than Ranus Draken in A Taste of Hope, which by the way, I know it's pronounced Drakon, but why say something in 2 syllables when you can say it in 1? So I'm gonna be really looking forward to taking on the new quest boss, the Nightmare of Ashihama. It's gonna be fantastic, especially on this account that it was made for this region, you know? I do think it would just be kind of a cop-out to not play New Morytania content, as rare of a thing as that is, on the account that was made for Morytania. I figured the least I could do is have it as that volume 2, not give it as much of my time on the editing front, and make sure that it's done after there's nothing else for me to complete. And about me not wanting to show it much love in terms of editing, storytelling, etc., it's not that that's easier and that's why I want to do it. It's literally just because I've had the end of this series on my mind for a while now. I've known it's coming, and I've been preparing for such a thing. And when it is over, I want to channel all my creative energy into a new project. I want to start fresh, and I really want to think of a new idea and kind of put my all into it. I think that would be a lot of fun for me as well, just kind of focusing on the content rather than how can I tell a story with this, if that makes sense. I'm probably reading a lot more into it than I should. But, yeah, I mean, I won't be gaining anything with my exception of Vampire Slayer. We're talking about Vampire Slayer post Theater of Blood. So I'm not going to be gaining anything, which means I will be taking on the Nightmare and the quest boss with Swampletics gear and inventory restrictions. So I'm super excited. It's going to be extremely satisfying to do that content, even if it does mean making an exception for Vampire Slayer. All of the rewards look really, really cool, and to get some of them on Swampletics would be an awesome feeling and experience. It would be incredible if I managed to get a unique from the Theater of Blood before the expansion comes out. That would be fantastic. Granted, we'll see how much trouble we have with the theater. It's really not too far from here. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it really isn't. There really isn't much left to do. I wanted to also talk about the Twisted League and the possibility of a future Morytania League. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, on November 14th, RuneScape got a new official game mode, a competitive area lock. Isn't that insane? Like, so this is going to be a seasonal thing, a competitive area lock in certain regions lasting for around 2 months. There's different relics that give you different buffs. There's boosted XP rates. This current league is in Zeah. So you're an Ironman locked to Zeah and you can't leave. But the bottom line is, I'm going to say these specific words again, an official competitive area lock. It is a literal dream come true. I honestly love the idea of leagues, and I'm sure Morytania is going to be on that list of future leagues. I imagine they'd want to wait until the expansion comes out before doing so, but you best believe I'll be grinding that so hard and meticulously crafting a plan for it, maybe going for rank 1, who knows. But I am so prepared to obliterate my sleep schedule for a Morytania League. God, I am so excited for it. I really wanted to take part in Twisted League. I was away from home when it launched, and I came back 4 days after the release. I had to finish episode 24 as well, so all the momentum I had to compete was just gone. I still want to play it. I just knocked my water a bit over. It didn't spill. We're fine. I still want to play it. I mean, I haven't even used a bank in RuneScape for... I made my first Ultimate Ironman November 2015. It has been over 4 years since I've, like, actually played with a bank. So experiencing banking, relics, boosted XP rates would be pretty fun. I'd like to make a video or two on it, but my thought process on it has been just... Twisted League videos are all that's been in people's sub boxes if you follow RuneScape content consistently. So I don't want to oversaturate what's already been covered from pretty much every physical angle. I'm down to do 1 or 2 videos though, my Twisted League experience or whatever, give it a shot. If not for any other reason than just preparing myself and getting familiar with how leagues works so that I can be better prepared for a Morytania League whenever that comes out. So otherwise, that's about all I have to say for this little video. The support on the limited edition stuff is mind-blowing. We've got like nearly 2,000 orders to fill right now, and it's been a week, so thank you all of you. It warms my heart, seriously. Thank you so much. I'll see you with a beautiful episode 25 sometime, or maybe some Twisted League content, who knows. But I'll see you around. Thank you so much for the support, guys.